So, what are the most important tips to pursuing a career in the music business? I've got 7 for you. Bobby Borg here, your music business coach, with short, no BS advice that can help you turn your passion for music into a more successful business. Over the last 30 years, I've drummed in major label bands signed to Atlantic, wrote several music business books published by Billboard, and taught at major universities like USC Thornton. Including everything from understanding your vision to getting your financial health in place, here are 7 tips to pursuing a career in the music business. So, understanding your vision and where you want to go is very, very important, because if you do not know where you want to go, then it's extremely difficult to map out the directions to get there. I want you guys to be able to close your eyes and see specifically what this is all about. What are you passionate about? What gets you up in the morning with a pen to write those raps into your rap notebook at like 4 o'clock in the morning? In other words, you're passionate about music, you're in love with music, and you love what the potentials are for you. So be able to see that in your head and be able to kind of replay that like a movie over and over again. A very, very important thing. You want to stand for something very firm, because if you do not stand for something, you will surely fall for anything. So I have a very, very clear idea first about what it is that you want to do. You know, you guys, you have to focus on the realities of the music business and not on the fantasies. And this business is a lot about the fantasies. I call it the Wizard of Oz phenomenon, right? You had the grand wizard that everybody looked up to and everybody was, like in awe of. And then you go behind the curtain, it was just an old man pulling strings. It was all fake. Well, you know what? The music industry is a very, very beautiful place, and I've had some unbelievable moments. But essentially, it is a little bit of the Wizard of Oz phenomenon. You kind of buy into all of the glitz and glamour, and you go behind the curtain and you see, it's just a business at the end of the day. So you got to focus, man. Focus on the realities and not the fantasies of this industry, and really be doing this because you love to do it. You know why? Because when stuff sucks, you're going to still keep on doing it. And guess what? Stuff is going to suck. So if you're just going to bail the first time it sucks, you might as well just bail right now and go be something else, that makes the money you want to make. But again, focus on the realities. Very important. Uniqueness is the key to success. The problem is everybody thinks they're unique and special, right? But you got to take a really hard look at what's going on. You have to first ask yourself, what is it that you want to do, right? Our vision, we already talked about that. But then ask yourself whether or not your vision represents a profitable marketing opportunity. Because if you're just going to come out doing what everyone's doing now, guess what? You're at the back of the line and everyone's already been doing it for the last 4 years. And then by the time you catch up, it's going to be 8 years. And the next thing is going to happen. I'm just talking about look at what's going on now, find out where the needs are in the marketplace, and fill it and solve it, and come up with something cool that really is going to make you distinct and memorable. Being unique is so important, and realizing when you're not unique is also extremely important. So take this tip very seriously. I think another very, very important tip that really everybody really needs to consider when pursuing a career is to slow down. And what I mean by that is this is not gonna happen overnight. Yet everybody, it's like even before you write one song, you wanna make the video, you wanna make the website, and you wanna put it out there, and you wanna get the promoters and things like that because you think you're gonna be a huge star on that one song. Well, you know what? If it happens to a few people, God bless them, and hopefully it will happen to you. But let's just say it doesn't. You know what I mean? In other words, what's the rush? You love music. You said you loved it, right? You want to do this. So what's the rush? And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you're in a rush, you make stupid decisions, right? You're going to start working or partnering with the wrong manager. You might sign the wrong record deal. You might get yourself into bad situations because you're willing to sign anything because you just want to get your career going. Be smart, be in this for a while, don't just be it's not a race, right? Okay, so just think about this point very, very seriously. Very, very important stuff. Another tip that I think is very, very important is to understand just what we're getting involved in. Music business, right? It's not called music. It's called the music business because it's the business of music, right? Which basically means that it's not all about just sitting in your room making your beats and putting your stuff out there, and it's all just one big party and all a good time and everybody's gonna take care of everything else. Yeah, right. You've got to understand business things. You've got to understand marketing. Even when you have the big managers, you got to be on your game. I can tell you right now, I had big managers, right? And they were busy with the big artists that they managed, right? So don't just think getting the big manager and getting the big this, everything is taken care of. You got to watch your own ass straight up, right? So it's not the music, it's the music business. Take that very seriously. Moving on into more, more like personal stuff. You guys are probably going to be going, yeah, you sound like our dad, right? But hey, health, right? Health, be careful, because I mean, if you're thinking, the arrogance of like youth, yeah, I'm just gonna stuff tons of Jack Daniels and drugs down my body, and when I'm 50, it's all gonna be cool, right? And you might even be thinking, oh, 50 is so far away anyway, that sounds old and boring. Well, guess what? You're gonna get there, and when you do, I hope you don't have a shot liver. You've got to make health a big part of this. Eat right, run, sleep well. I don't know, don't buy into this whole like rock star fantasy crap, man. You got to be healthy. I know it sounds boring, right? But it also is maybe part of your career. It will help you to be a better performer in the studio and on stage. It will help you to feel better, help you to look better in pictures and so on and so forth. So anyway, enough of that. Let's move on. Financial health, right? That's also another type of health that's very, very important. It's something I think a lot of people need to take seriously because it's also something a lot of people blow, especially young musicians, young athletes, young actors. They think the money is just gonna keep on coming and coming and coming. And unfortunately, we've all heard nightmare stories where that's not the case. You have people like Scott Scorch, right? The producer has, $70 million and then ends up blowing it all on Lamborghinis and yachts and Porsches and whatever else he blew. You've got to think about your financial health. You have to think about investing. You don't spend all your money, you take half of it and put it away and maybe invest it. And I'm not talking about in your friend's restaurant or on that, risky internet stock, or on Bitcoin or weed or whatever is sexy and exciting. You don't actually buy stock because it's sexy and exciting. You buy it because you did security analysis and you understand the spreadsheets and the balance sheets and the income statements, and you've looked at it successively over a period of years, sometimes 3 or even 7 years. So again, financial health is extremely important.
If you want to learn more about how you can turn your passion for music into a more successful business, be sure to check out this video or the video linked in the description below. Peace!